Welcome to the BioBalance Healthcast. I'm Dr. Kathy Maupin.
And I'm Brett Newcomb. And today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about how they work, where they come from, and why most people can't do them, can't follow through them. We're going to give you some background about the way people work that comes from my field and my perspective. And I've actually written a number of blogs on my blog site, brettnewcomb.com, that deal with issues of parenting and socialization. The primary job of parents in any culture is to socialize their children. Children are born, they used to say tabula rasa, blank tablet, but now they really believe children are born with personalities. And some kids are warm and engaging and receptive and enticing, and some are cold and distant and still and slow to process, and that's a personality configuration. And then they have this blank tablet. And part of what you do as parents is you teach and you model and you do what's known as socialization. You raise your kids up so that they have whatever they need to be able to leave home and function as contributing autonomous members of society. And for those of you who are out there thinking about high school kids going off to college and that's it, the data right now says that most children in America are not leaving home for good and supporting themselves independently until after 27 or 28.
So don't use their room for a study.
Most of them will go off to college and come home. They may come home with wives, husbands, and or children. But the elements of socialization are delayed gratification. You have to learn how to work for it, to plan for it, and to achieve it. So you have to learn to delay your desire for immediate gratification at all times. To do that, you have to learn impulse control. And of course, psychologists work for advertising to pique your impulse and make you buy it now. So most marketing that you see is about buy it right now because you really need it, you really want it. You know, Steve Jobs said we have to make what people want before they know they want it.
Right.
And that's what underlies the incredible sales of Apple computers. So you have to have delayed gratification, impulse control, anger management, and then specific life skills. So as children age and you do the dance of separation where parents are not micromanaging them and they're starting to float out in the community and out in the world, one of the challenges for adolescents is to determine who's going to drive the bus. Are you going to be a passenger in the bus of your life and let other people drive? I have an adolescent son now who's 16, and I keep having conversations with him about if you don't get involved in making plans and making decisions for your life, like what do you want to major in college? Where do you want to go to school? You know, what do you want to do? What are your goals? What are you driving towards? If you don't make those decisions or contribute to that, then somebody else will make the decision for you. And over 30 years of counseling, I can't tell you how many times I've worked with clients where I've said, look at the book of your life and how do you approach it? Do you pick it up and read what someone has written and say, oh, this happened to me today? Or are you writing the book and saying, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing?
I have the opposite child.
Yeah.
I have the opposite. She came out going, we need to do this.
Yes, and you need to do that. She came out going, you need to do that.
Yeah, it's delightful because I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Good, she'll be safe. She'll be productive. She'll be safe. So, but then you have to kind of ratchet it back a little bit so that people don't feel bossed. And she does that perfectly. So,
but she's had to learn those skills, and that's part of those skills.
So she's past the 10 years past the 16 mark.
So how does that then apply to the issue that you're actually discussing on local television on New Year's resolutions over the next couple of months? And you know, traditionally people make New Year's resolutions. Oh, I want to lose weight. And I think you said before we started that the most common New Year's resolution is something about changing your body image.
Yeah, your body shape, or weight, or something, and even plastic surgery. So that's one thing they say on New Year's Eve, and by February 1st, they've forgotten it. They don't even know what they said on New Year's Eve. So there's something about remembering it, keeping it in the front of your mind, and having a plan.
Yes.
And if you don't have a plan, then you're not going anywhere.
I mean, they say very simply, make your plan, work your plan. Making a plan by itself won't magically make it work.
Right,
you have to make it work.
Plan work.
And that's those impulse control and delayed gratification skills. You know, you teach a child, make a decision between studying for the math test on Monday or going to the movie and the football game, you know, and partying all weekend because you want to party, you want to have a good time now, and then on Monday you're not ready for the test. You know, the delay of immediate gratification positions you for success towards your goal.
Med school does that for all of us.
Yeah.
Med school is like, okay, so you're going to study today and for the next 8 years, and then you're going to get a paycheck. I mean, really. And then you're going to be able to practice the way you want to practice. So it's huge. I mean, we learn that, and if we don't learn that, we don't go very far in medicine.
Well, let's come back to the specific example, because you're absolutely right, and we could tell war stories all day about discipline. But the specific example of most people who make New Year's resolution, who make resolutions about doing something with their body, and anecdotally, not research-based, what I hear most often people say is, I want to lose weight. You know, I need to lose weight in some way. I need to reshape my body. I need to lose my stomach, lose my thighs, lose my, whatever. Rearrange it, reshape it, something. So if we use that as an example, what do people do in terms of exercise, in terms of diet, in terms of treatment innovations that are out there that can help them? Because some people need a bridge. They need a crutch of some kind, whether it's a workout partner, whether it's a diet plan, whether it's a diary, a food diary that they keep. I mean, we work with people all the time on strategies that they can implement. And those strategies are well known. I mean, all the stuff is out there and anybody can find them. Load your plate from the stove and not from bowls on the table. Use the salad-sized plate. If you want seconds, before you take seconds, go for a walk around the block and come back. Take a 10-minute break. And very, very frequently, then you don't want seconds. If you still do, then eat them.
Those are all, I like the tricks.
Yeah, those are behavioral changes that people can make that modify their food consumption.
But no behavioral change happens unless you do it for at least 6 weeks at a time. And so if you lose your mojo about doing this
in February,
right, the whole game's over. So I usually tell patients, no matter what their tricks are, to write them down and then find a friend who has a similar goal that they really like and who will be accountable to them and make them accountable to the friend, and sit down and have a plan, a schedule of when they're going to exercise.
Kind of like the buddy system, never swim alone.
Right.
If you're going to make a plan and make a New Year's resolution that you're going to follow, have a buddy.
Right, have a buddy and figure out what worked for you in the past and what hasn't worked. Get rid of all the stuff that hasn't worked and go with something that has worked in the past in terms of food. Okay, so that's one thing.
So I shouldn't keep M&Ms in every room in the house?
Well, the first thing I tell people is to go home and get rid of every bit of junk food.
You are
give it
no
to charity.
fun.
I am no fun. I'm a mean mom. I mean, my patients need a mean mom. They've already tried to do this themselves. And I clean out your cabinet. Your husband doesn't need it. I don't care if your teenage boys want it. Clean it all out. Get the ice cream out of your refrigerator if it's cheap. If it's expensive,
that's better.
You can eat a little bit of ice cream because it's mostly milk.
Quart.
I'm not even talking to you. I'm not going over diet with you because you've lost a lot of weight. So I'm not even sure how.
Well, the things you're talking about, I've had to do them, but it's hard and it's difficult.
It is hard.
And you have to work at it consistently over time. And it's kind of like stopping smoking. What we talk to people about who are trying to stop smoking is in their minds to say, I'm not smoking today. Don't say I'll never smoke, because when they do smoke, then they tend to say, I just can't do this, and they give up. And so words do matter, and the words that you put into your head about your discipline plan and the one that you're going to follow are critical. But sometimes people do all the things that my wife is approaching lower middle age, if I can say that. I don't know if she watches these or not. But she was complaining because she's starving herself to death. She's not eating anything and she's not losing weight. And her body isn't shaped the way that she wants it. And I'm concerned. We have conversations. We go to the grocery store. We make menus. We try to do all the things that we can do.
And you're being each other's best friend.
And we're working exercising together. All those things that I would say do. And some of the pieces are just not working for her. You have to have patients for whom that is also a true story.
I have tons of patients like that because my patients are incredibly disciplined.
Because
they're
not just sitting at home eating potato chips and peanut butter and saying, "Oh, I can't lose weight."
In general,
they're
don't
trying.
because if they do, they feel so guilty when they come in. Guilt's kind of wasteful energy, but They come in and, oh, I did this, I did that. I don't want to know what you didn't do.
Right.
I want to know what you're going to not do this time.
And
what your
what
plan
you are
is.
going to do, and sometimes there's a jump start intervention.
Many of us need the jump start. Many of us have a personality that if we can see some kind of return investment for what we're doing, then we're going to go. That's going to give us that little...
You hook yourself to the progress.
Right. And every time we see a little bit of change, we go more. Now, there's some people that then they stop. That's not the kind of person that I'm going to suggest the next thing to.
Or they lose, I'm going to lose 10 pounds for bikini season, and then as soon as it's over, I'm going to put it back on.
20 pounds. And then they gain 20 pounds. So
yeah.
So my advice would be to get a picture of yourself front, back, side.
Oh.
Yes.
And put that on the refrigerator?
No.
And
look at it.
Get one of those little piggy thing sounds
Look
makers
at it
that go
and
in
look at your body and go, what is it that I don't like about this? It could be just overall weight. It could be that you've got lumps on your back that happen after 40. It could be that you have saddlebags. It could be that you may have lost weight, but you still don't look great, so you've lost the nerve to continue exercising and dieting. So you need to get that jump start. And so what I suggest is losing fat in areas that you need to lose it.
And you can do that?
Sculpting your body, and you can do that. And
without plastic surgery?
Without plastic surgery. And without pain, and without needles, and without injections. So there's a very new laser that is named i-lipo, which has literally boxes that have holes in them of laser beams that are placed around the circumference where you need to lose weight. Like I needed to lose weight around below the bra, above the belly button, and you just place those around here, and you can lose ½ inch to 2 to 3 inches in one session. What it does is it hits the level of the fat. It opens the fat cells and it empties them. So it just takes all the fat out of that, shrinks them. It's like taking a grape and making it a raisin immediately. And
this is painless.
It's painless. You don't feel it.
And it opens, it's like the heat of the laser.
It's the laser beam actually activates those cells and it's like shaking them, and then they pop open and empty of all the fat. So it's similar to other procedures, lipodissolve, which hurts and doesn't work that well and has downtime. Liposuction just suctions out fat cells, but they never suction out all of it. So there's always fat cells there to regrow. So it's the same thing. It's just shrinking your fat cells. So after that, it's usually a series of 8 treatments. After that, you pick your area by looking at your picture. Then we do one treatment, and you lose an inch. You have to be hydrated, you have to not smoke, and you have to not drink before and after the treatment.
Wait, no, you have to not drink alcohol.
Alcohol, excuse me.
You have to drink
plenty
liquids.
of water.
Okay.
Because it's activated by water. But the idea is all of this fat is dumped into your lymph system. And then your lymph nodes pick it up and take it to your circulation. And then that takes it to your intestines, and then you poop it out.
So the laser activates the cells so that they open, and then all that fat's just laying there. And the exercise and fluid washes those cells, and all of that drains into your lymph system, which then drains into your bowels?
No, it drains into your bloodstream.
Bloodstream.
And the bloodstream carries it
gets
to your bowels,
filtered out.
and then it goes out. So it's
the fat is gone.
The fat's gone.
So it doesn't redistribute like around your ankles or something.
No, the fat is gone. It's like if you ran a marathon, you'd lose fat all over. This is the same as running a marathon, and you're only losing fat in one little area. All that fat you would have just lost over your body, and your face would have gotten thin, and your breast would have gone away. You're losing just in the area you want to lose it. And then...
So if you have saddlebags.
Right.
Or a fat chin.
Or fat chin.
Yeah.
Then you can use this to actually get rid of the fat. The key is getting it out of your body. So I developed something called i-lipo cellulite serum to help. It's all natural. It uses horse chestnut, believe it or not, and menthol, and I know, don't even
that old
go
chestnut,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a specific kind of horse chestnut. And those are lymph activators. It activates your lymph system to pick up all of the fat we just distributed out there, take it out of your tissues, put it into the lymph system and into your blood. So
obviously, with this kind of a top, it's not something you ingest.
No,
I mean, it's a serum.
It's a serum. It's a pump, and you use it before and after the treatment, and then you use it twice a day for the days. Usually takes a month. You take 2 treatments a week for 4 weeks, and then you get rid of that fat for good.
And so you just massage this serum onto the skin that you're going to have treated by the laser.
Right.
And it penetrates the skin and makes...
And naturally activates your lymph system to pick up all the fat and get rid of it. And it takes a really good laser that is a miraculous laser. I've been waiting for this thing to come out for years, and now it's here. Takes a miraculous laser and makes it even better. Makes it so effective that people have much better loss with this when they're doing the laser than without it.
Okay.
So I give, when people buy a series, then I just give this to them so they can use it. I want them to use it throughout the series so that they're going to have a better outcome.
And your company provides this in other markets. I know you're selling it in England and other places that have the i-lipo laser.
Other doctors order it from us. And because it makes a treatment that may make you lose a total of 2 inches, 4 inches in the same amount of time. It just augments the activity. So yes, patients have to still have self-control.
That's what I was going to say. It's just a jump start.
It's a jump start. But the idea is, when you've got fat leaving your body, you don't go out and drink 3 glasses of wine. Okay?
I was just going to ask you, I go home at night and drink a bottle of wine.
Because that's like refilling those cells immediately with fat. It's triglycerides. It goes through your body and makes fat and sugar. And why even bother?
So it goes to that site because that site's already hyper-aroused? It's already stimulated?
Kind of irritated, and it's empty. And it's if you eat normally, and you don't you don't drink during that month of treatment, then you're not gonna recover it there, because your body's then gonna get used to that, get used to no fat there. It's going to become very balanced all over. Yeah, you might gain weight, but you're not just going to gain that back if you are very self-controlled for a month. Most people can do self-control for a month. And it just means water intake.
Especially if you choose February.
Yeah. Yeah, we want you. That's true. So this is one of my jumpstart methods. There are a lot of jumpstart methods.
But you're being careful to say it's a jumpstart, but you still have to watch what you eat. You still have to exercise. You still have to do the steps of the plan. But this exists as a way to help those people that have been trying all those steps of the plan and are at some kind of an impasse.
Right.
And this is a bridge that helps them.
That no matter how much weight they lose, they're going to still have those weird little lumps that they got because they're older. They just collected it in weird places, and so this can change your waistline.
So there are places on my aging body that are fat magnets. I just get these little lumps of fat that drift there.
And you can't exercise those away.
But this could take them away.
Right.
This
and the laser.
That's what I mean.
This and the laser can take it away, and 1 month of self-control.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Well, that's really exciting. And if you have questions about this, or if you're interested in this, you can certainly go to Kathy's website. The information about it is on the website. It's
at biobalancehealth.com, or you can send us an email at podcast@biobalancehealth.com, or you can call my office at 314-993-0963 and ask for one of my staff, nurse practitioners or estheticians that do i-lipo.
Would it be appropriate to mention price range?
Well, 8 treatments, which you can distribute anywhere. Usually we use it for one area, but many people reach their goal in much less than 8 treatments. But 8 treatments is $2,400. Okay? That's the initial consultation, teaching you about diet, exercise, and everything else. This and the 8 treatments is $2,400.
So if you figure $300 for leotards and $1,000 for a
you
walker,
spend that
and $1,000 for a big screen TV, I mean.
Well, if you're doing liposuction or smart lipo, you're going to be spending 3 times that much, and it's going to hurt. You're going to have downtime. I mean, you can't just come in and out in between your busy day. You have to set aside time out of your job. That costs a whole lot more.
Yeah. Okay.
And pain is worth a lot. This has
Pain
no
is
pain.
worth a lot. People pay a lot to
Yeah,
not be in
not
pain.
having pain.
Yeah.
So that's the price.
So if you are interested, you can follow up by looking at the website or by calling Kathy's office. If you have questions about it or comments that you want to make about it, you can reach us at those places. You can call the office at what was the number again?
314-993-0963.
Or you can contact me at my blog, brettnewcomb.com.